to sit down? Why are you eyeing up my tea? Oh. Oh.
Oh,
What's he doing?
you're gonna get comfy.
He's going to get in there.
You're gonna get in the little nook. Come get in the nook.
Get in there.
You've got plenty of room there. Oh yeah, Mummy's nook.
Mummy's nook.
Does that sound weird?
That didn't sound weird.
There we go, puppy.
Okay, that will load.
Good.
How have you found this week?
Good.
Yeah?
But I suppose it's first full week.
First full week. Have you found it?
Do you know what? Loved it.
Have you?
Yeah. We've been, I think, if you've read the newsletter, little plug there.
Nice.
We've spoken about all the things that we've done this week, so it has been quite intense and full on.
It has been quite intense.
But I have kind of loved it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Been a change of pace, I think, for you.
Yeah, I think the main thing I love is being able, I'm in control of planning my day.
Yeah.
I'm not confined, like with my job, obviously I worked from home most days, but I still had to sit at home 9 to 5 or 8 till 4:30.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
And I wasn't allowed to work elsewhere or anything like that. I had to be at home. So, yeah, being able to pop to the sauna, it's a bit of a luxury.
How are you finding your routines as well? They've been pretty good with them.
Yeah, I'm still getting up. I had a bit of a lay-in today, but
Time to get up.
and a bit of a lazy. Well, to be fair, I've cleaned today.
I love that justification.
I've cleaned, but I have had a bit of a more relaxed day today.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's been good.
it's been good.
Good.
I like it, and I because I'm wanting to be consistent with exercise, it's also keeping me in a good routine, I think.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you're training at different times, right? Like, you've trained at 4:30, you come to the session, you're going to go to 3:45 today.
That's only because of Jude.
Oh, my friends go.
I would normally go in the morning.
But it's still accountability,
prefer
isn't
going in
it?
the morning.
It's still, you've got someone that's holding you accountable to going. And I guess it's, I don't know if you agree, I think it's a little, I wouldn't say it's more difficult for us because everybody's got their own lives, but because we work and live in a gym, it's easier to be like, oh, we work and live in a gym, so we can go whenever we want to. And then because we can go whenever we want to, you end up not going.
Oh, 100%.
Do you have that?
The fact that we owned a gym from the beginning of last year, and that was when I was the least consistent I've ever been in about 8 years, is insane.
Because you now have the thing.
Yeah.
You constantly have that option open to you.
Yeah.
But this week's been good.
Yep. Get my habits done.
Well done. Plug.
And yeah, I'm just feeling good and creative, and
can you keep it up?
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Is
Obviously
this where
with rest? Because I think that's why today, like, I've been a bit more like in a bit of a rest, still doing bits, but not being like super intense.
But you've had the day to, I don't know, you said it earlier when you were cleaning, right? And it's the same as when I go to clean on a Sunday. You're giving yourself the opportunity to just switch off.
Yeah, but then it also weirdly
turns you on, switches you on, switches you on.
Remotivates me.
Yeah.
I like having a clean space, I guess. So then it kind of,
I find it when I'm cleaning the gym, it's, maybe I'm over explaining it and it doesn't need to have this kind of explanation, but because I'm
But it's you.
It's me. I'm over explaining everything. True.
Sorry.
It's true though. But because I'm cleaning the space, I then think, oh, okay, that would look nice there, and that would look nice there. And there's a value. I'm cleaning the gym, so then there's more value and personal kind of like input into it. Therefore, I want it to be better than it is. So I guess if we're cleaning the house, you're kind of tidying. You're then proud of it. Maybe that's the word. As you're cleaning, you're becoming, or you're feeling proud again of the space, and then therefore you want to do more for it.
I also get why you every so often change the gym around.
Yeah. For me, it's just tidying. Yeah. I'm like, okay, that would look better there. That would look better there.
Because like I've changed a few bits around the house today, and I'm like, oh, that looks so good, and I'm like really proud of myself. And
you won't be able to see it, but you did a post on Instagram.
I did with our
story, our vinyl area,
player,
which looks better than it did, even though it was all right, I guess before.
It was quite cluttered.
Now it looks much better. It's a nice little apothecary table, which we got from
the dump.
The dump. For how much? Do you remember? 20 quid, wasn't it?
20 quid, I think.
Bargain.
Not
Maybe
bad.
we'll post a photo of it as well.
The dump does great things, by the way.
We do great things
if you
for the
don't go
dump.
up there.
We do great things for the dump. We've bought a lot of stuff from that. And we call it the dump, but it's not the dump. It's the reuse centre. And we're giving to charity when we buy.
Is it?
It's a charity, yeah. Do you not know this?
No.
It's called like Benjamin's Charity. It's a charity.
Really?
All the money goes towards that charity, yeah.
Oh, I
Something new today.
just thought it
Before
went
you're giving money
to the council.
to the council. No, fuck that. Fuck the council.
Fair enough.
Click that.
Oh, that makes me feel better.
How did you find the challenge? We haven't really spoken about that. We spoke about it the other day, but
Betwixtmas challenge.
the Twixmas challenge.
I don't know why I had to clarify
Which
that. 'Cause I haven't done any other challenges. Do you know what? I really enjoyed the Betwixtmas challenge.
Because it was your first time filming content, really.
Yeah.
It was your first
Coaching.
first time filming content, first time coaching, first time email marketing,
Yeah.
first time marketing in general, first time creating eyes on the thing that we're promoting.
Yeah. And I just finished work, like
Yeah.
my previous
And
job.
we literally went straight
And
into it.
literally went straight into it. And
Was that a good thing though?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. But then I've been part of habit training previous
Yeah.
to this, but obviously it's just coming on full time.
Yeah, true. Because you did do the challenge in September as well, so you had a bit of experience, different but experience
Yeah.
on it.
But I'm quite passionate about the community aspect of the gym. So that's what I was really excited about, was being able to provide something to the community that was a little bit different, that you don't really see around here.
Yeah.
You see challenges and things on like online spaces and that, but like I haven't seen any other.
Not from round here.
No. So to be able to give that and kind of test it out and see what people thought and how we can make it bigger and better, I really liked.
Good. Do you want to? I'll tell you the metrics for it as well. Just because if you're interested, the boring business bit, because I'm a nerd like this. So 37 total participants.
Yep.
Which we hope for 20.
Yeah, to sign up
I mean,
to the initial challenge, right?
Initially I hoped for 10.
Yeah.
And then we set the bar at 20. And then when we hit 30, I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. And then 37 in the end. So 37 total participants, which means that we had 37 people sign up to do the challenge, not necessarily that they did the challenge. We had an 87.1% open rate, which means that of the 37 people, 87% of you clicked on it and opened it, which is great. So at least you were actively looking for the content. You were actively looking at the challenge. So we had 11 participants sending their workouts via Instagram.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
You had people message you as well.
We had people messaging us as well. So that was really, really good. So I think we did pretty good.
For a first challenge, I think that is decent.
Yeah.
And obviously a lot of people have said, you know, they had good intentions when they first signed up, but it was a strange time of year to be doing a challenge.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to like force it down people's throats or anything like that. And it was never we never wanted it to come across as though we were like, you need to burn off your Christmas calories and things like that. We never wanted it to come across like that.
Definitely not.
It's just we noticed we've had 4 Christmases together.
Yes.
Now.
Yeah.
During the Christmas period, because we are quite active people, during that period of doing no exercise, we just felt really
sluggish,
out of sorts,
tired,
and
out of routine.
And we didn't really like that. So we were thinking 10 minutes of exercise a day is completely manageable. You can still enjoy yourself during the Christmas period. Because I believe you shouldn't feel guilty for enjoying yourself and eating extra calories or
absolutely not.
all that food. I think you should enjoy it.
Because that's the thing I've noticed as well during that time period. Everybody wants to have a routine, but obviously Christmas in itself has its own routine, but it's not routine to what you normally do.
Yeah.
So having an anchor, which is essentially the feeling of, oh, I've done something, anchors you back to being present. Because obviously everybody's in a bit of a mess there, aren't they? Like, you don't know what you're doing, what day it is and what's going on. So I tend to find that's the thing with exercise. People who exercise in the morning that's how they start their day. People who have come to the gym after they finish work, that's how they end their day.
Yeah.
So having some sort of anchor during that time, having that sense of something every day is a really good thing.
Yeah.
So they seem to enjoy it. Feedback was good.
Yeah, pretty decent feedback actually.
Pretty good feedback from it.
Nothing below
Nothing below 4.
4 out of
Nothing below 4.
5.
4 out of 20. No, out of 5. We got 10 people responding back, which is good.
10.
10 people.
Amazing.
And I would say overall, the most positive parts of it were people wanting to do longer workouts next time, which is good.
Yeah.
Because essentially, I didn't want to leave people feeling like, oh my God, this is going on forever. I would
Yeah.
rather have cut people short,
Yeah.
making them want more than
And because of
wanting
the
less.
time of year we were doing the challenge, no, I don't think people would have committed. Maybe some people would have committed to a half an hour
potentially
workout.
a bit more of an anchor.
But I think because we knew people wouldn't have as much time to dedicate to it, that's why we kept it to the 10 minutes.
Yeah, great shout.
But we can totally do that.
We can totally
for
do that.
future things.
Pilates was potentially the most requested part of the challenge.
Thanks, guys.
With people saying they were surprised at how hard it was, the Pilates part. Much of a challenge. I think hard is an open term as to how much of a challenge it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, really good feedback. And what I think we were quite happy about as well was the accessibility of it. We were worried that the way that we structured the emails with the YouTube links into it would mean that we'd have issues. There'd be some sort of error, but there wasn't.
No, there wasn't.
We asked people on a scale of 1 to 5, how was the accessibility of the content, and it was all 5s, which is good. So no one had any technical issues or technical problems with it.
No.
So pretty happy with that as well. Yay!
Yay! Success!
And then Eddie needs a regular spot in it as well.
Oh yeah.
I should have a bit. He tongued you.
You could hear him tongue me as well.
Hell of a bit of content. So what's next for us? What do you think? What we've got to do now? We're going to have a break for a little bit, I think. We'll just
in terms of challenges.
In terms of challenges, online.
Online, yeah. We've got something cooking.
We've got something cooking.
For like a in-person event challenge
Yeah, we do.
type thing.
Took me a second. Yeah, we do.
You just went along with that.
Yeah, we do. I can't wait to do it as well. I'm really looking forward to it. What are we doing? Yep.
Which I think that will be really fun. Because we'd like to do in-person challenges.
Yeah.
And online challenges.
Online, again, a bit of context for it as well. Because I don't know if you guys want the context or if you're just happy to just go along with what we're doing. But I feel it's nice to give you guys the context. I always find that, like, based on my experience in the industry, it's nice for you guys to hear what's going on in the background. So at least you're then part of that. You're kind of part of the decision making. You're part of the community. Oh my God, good word. Plug. We're obviously trying to reach a broader audience by doing online.
Yeah.
We're always going to be limited by our capacity within the gym, which we should be, right? I don't think we should ever try to overreach and overstep or try to build something bigger than what we can actually handle.
Exactly, because we like the close-knit community. If we were to have hundreds and hundreds of people, we wouldn't be able to have the relationships with people that we do, and we really value having those relationships.
We'd end up distancing ourselves, wouldn't we, just to get stuff done, and we don't want that. We want to actually be involved in the cogs and the whirrings of the business. So that means
I want to know every person's name.
Every person, and when their birthdays are coming up and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
I want to know everything about them. So online was always going to be the way in which we can kind of branch out to a wider audience whilst also being a little bit impersonal.
Yeah, because that was the thing about the Betwixtmas challenge as well. Is everyone's so used to at the gym having personal training.
Yeah, that was a challenge, wasn't it?
So obviously
trying to give everybody the personal without it being personal.
Yeah, and it's more difficult online, and it is one of those things where it is your responsibility to know your body and what you can and can't do.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's very different to what I guess you provide.
Yeah.
Day to day, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is more personal training, group personal training, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think with the online stuff coming up, that's what we're trying to do this year. So if you saw and read the newsletter, you'll know some of this, but we'll kind of go through it as well. So vlogs is a really good way to try and reach a broader audience so they can see what we're doing behind the scenes. So that's what we're going to do next. And our first time uploading these videos onto YouTube, I think it gave me a little bit more confidence to upload onto YouTube.
Yeah.
So now we can actually upload bigger bits of content onto YouTube. The vlogs are maybe only going to be like monthly or like weekly if we do it, but if we get Gareth to come in, it'll be monthly. So there'll be that.
Yeah.
To try and reach, like entertain a wider audience. And then when we do our events and challenges, we're going to have the in-house ones, and then we're going to have the online ones, again, to try and draw more attention to what we're doing. Which means, so for those of you that don't know, the reason why we're doing that is because we don't want to go down I classify as traditional marketing route. We're looking for 10 women in Bury St Edmunds. It just feels impersonal. It just never felt like something that I'd wanted to do. I'd rather, we've said this before, like when people look at us, they go, I know exactly what they do and what they stand for. Like I know their values, which for me has been quite challenging to do. It's really hard. It's easy to say to people if you're standing in front of them, this is what I value and these are my values. But it's hard to do that on Instagram when you're also trying to be entertaining and you're trying to, not go viral, but it's a lot to think about. So I'm hoping that these are the methods that we can use to try and do that, which is good. So we've got the vlogs. We've got the challenges. We've got the in-house challenge. When should we try and do that? Have we planned a date in?
We haven't done a date yet.
We planned that date in, just to tease you guys a little bit.
Watch this space.
Watch this space. And in February, potentially end of February, Pilates.
Yeah. Maybe March.
Which is good though. You take your time with it.
Yeah.
We're not rushing. Again, part of the newsletter that we released this week was, for me, it's essentially just making sure that we're not trying to do too much at once. Because this week has been not intense. Well, it's been intense. I think that's the right word, but I don't want to come across as negative with it.
No. Like I've loved every minute. But you've got to be careful that it's not intense all the time, because then you'll end up not being able to.
Sorry if you can hear me swallowing.
Give the people what they want.
And we're moving.
Oh shit! Yeah, we're moving house after 8 months.
After 8 months.
Well, it will be a year by the time that we move, but
this will be fun.
Our landlord has decided to sell the house, and
which he has every right to do.
Yes, we're not mad.
We're not mad. It's
just inconvenient at this time.
Yeah.
But especially because I've just gone self-employed, so we're both self-employed, so we don't know
the ins and outs and legalities of what we can do. It'll be fine. Like we'll make it work, as always. Problem solution, right? We'll make it work. But it's just going to come at like a bit of an awkward step. Like the stress of moving last year.
Oh God.
When we moved from
if you've moved house, you know how stressful it is.
And for us, it was easier, I assume, than most people, because we moved from essentially a room. Essentially a room.
We didn't have much furniture.
No, we didn't. So, but we had like two. You had your Swift.
Yeah.
And I had a Golf, and we had to try and move. So this time we've got a van. We know how to do it this time.
Yeah.
The only thing is we've uprooted the dogs 3 times in. Like Lolly, poor Lolly, who's not here.
How many houses has she been in? 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 essentially houses she had in the last 4 years.
Poor girl.
Bless her, poor dog. But she's chill. She's absolutely fine. She's great. And he's had 3.
Yeah.
3. So I think that's our biggest concern, is just uprooting the dogs again.
Because it does take them a while to settle, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which is natural.
Yeah.
But it is just stressful on them.
Bless them.
But
that'll be fun.
But yeah, so we're trying to see it as exciting news rather than.
It is exciting. We've said, I think we've openly said to people as well, like we're not really worried about living in Woolpit. Like it's a lovely village, but living on this estate, which is a new build estate, people care a lot about.
Oh, there's so much drama.
So much drama in this.
The drama, we
remember
could
when
tell
you were
you.
standing outside the window listening to, I'm not going to say it, but yeah, basically someone had got into like a bit of road rage in Bury, and then followed someone from Bury all the way to Woolpit just to have a go at them, and we were obviously outside the window, and it was hilarious.
It sounded like 10 o'clock at night, wasn't
Hilarious.
it? But they were like, and then this other neighbour came out being like,
hilarious.
"What's going on?
What's going on?" And then also the neighbours doing which if you're watching this, you'll probably know who we are, obviously, hopefully. If you don't, I'm Sean, this is Emily. But the neighbours caring about our garden.
Even though our garden wasn't bad.
And the parcel as well.
Oh,
On
yeah, the bloody parcel.
The bloody parcel.
So we're not a massive fan of our
Neighbours.
neighbourhood, and we live on a detached house.
Yeah.
And on a
Nice.
busy new build estate,
Mhm.
and we have people walking directly past our windows all the
time.
time.
So for the dogs, that's not great.
No, this little
one.
tinker. So I think we're going to be a bit more picky if we
Yeah.
can be.
I think we can be. I think by April the dust will settle in terms of so the thing that we're not concerned about over the next couple of months, the thing that we just don't know, we haven't planned for, are the financials.
No.
Just we committed to not taking anybody on really apart from referrals during January. Positive and negative of that. The positive is obviously we haven't overwhelmed our systems. Everybody has really good intentions in January, so we knew that if you look at it from a metric point of view, during December, not a lot of people come in, and then January, everybody wants to rebook in. So when I look at the session numbers, like even this morning, it was 6666, all the sessions were booked out. We have a couple of people on the wait list. It didn't end up like that. Obviously, people drop off. But imagine how frustrating it would be if you're trying to book onto a session, you realise, oh my God, it's fully booked and there's 4 other people booked in. I didn't want that to be a stress. So we didn't take anybody on in January because that would have meant loads of people coming on board.
Yeah.
In February, when the dust settles a little bit and people go back into their normal routines and they start to realise and figure out, yeah, actually, okay, I'm not going to commit to every single day and all that kind of stuff, then they're more likely to actually have real numbers that represent our booking system.
Yeah.
So that's when we'll take people on board. We'll see how January goes. February, we'll do our first, because this is really going to be our first attempt at bringing people on board.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't really tried to bring people on board.
You've had a natural flurry.
I've had a natural flurry of people
and that's what we'll
following
just
me,
say.
coming across and joining us on this journey, and it's been wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. So that's what we're going to do, isn't it? We're going to try and get people to come on board in February. But going back, I lost it, but I came back.
Okay.
So that means, obviously, in terms of the financials of the business, we've put it's investments. We've positively put pressure on ourselves, especially with the build going on and what's happening there. We don't actually know how our financials are going to look until April anyway. So that's probably when we're going to get a true representation of coming out the other side of the first half of this year, how it's going to look. But we had the same thing last year. With me starting this, I didn't know how it was going to look. I didn't know who was going to join me. I didn't know what it was going to look like. I was hoping for maybe 10, 20 people to start off.
Yeah.
And we hit that number pretty quickly, I think. And then, by April, May last year, we were like, okay, we've got 30 people. That's fantastic. And then obviously it kept on going. So I'm assuming it'll be the same.
Doing all right.
We're doing all right. We're doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
It'll be fine.
But
It'll be fine. We work towards it. And how have you found programming this 6 weeks as well? Because you helped me with the programming of the 6-week block.
Do you know what? Respect.
Yeah?
I have respect for personal trainers. Not that I didn't previously, but newfound respect. Because programming is hard.
Yeah.
So when you turn up to your gym days, there's been a lot of thought gone into.
It's a challenge. I think as well for groups, I've programmed sessions for individuals, so like a 6-week block for individuals. Programming for groups it poses more of a challenge. You've got to consider ability, injury, movement capability, strength capability, the structure and the organisation of the session, competing, non-competing muscles. There's a lot going on with it. But I think this week we've done well. I think we're not going to do like a feedback form until week 3. I think we'll get the first 3 weeks out of the way, and then we'll do like a feedback form, see how people. But the response has been positive.
Yeah.
The response has been really good. A couple of tweaks we need to make. So like the design of the actual the workout that goes on the TV screen, we need to just adjust it a little bit.
Yeah, so it makes a bit more sense.
So it makes a bit more sense. But in terms of the actual programming, it's been good. I think there's been a positive response, and you've obviously contributed to a lot of the exercises as well.
Yeah, so sorry if you found it tough. Apparently I just like to
beast
kill people off.
But I think it's been good. But yeah, thank you for your respect.
Fuck off.
It's hard. Thank you. I need praise.
Jesus.
Compose. But yeah,
Do you have anything else to talk about?
no, I think we've blabbered enough.
Blabbered?
Anything on your mind?
No.
Happy days.
Happy days.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Hopefully that's given you a bit more of an insight into the background of what's going on.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll do some more of these.
Are you ready? Are you all right there with your shroud?
With my shroud.
What are you doing
It's
there?
cold. And I'm not putting the heating on just yet.
You fidget.
Although apparently it was -4 this morning.
Yeah, it was cold.
Who got up for? If you got up for the 6:15
You
session?
did. Well done, you guys, for getting up this morning. And the problem is the dumbbells. So someone gave me a suggestion of a heated blanket over the dumbbells to warm them up.
Ooh.
Great idea, right? So I
That's
might get a
fantastic
heated
idea.
blanket to put them over the dumbbells to keep them warm.
Yeah, because they do get nippy.
Or a wheatie bag, but then the wheatie bag I'd have for microwave. And then by the time I get it,
A wheatie
a
bag.
big long wheat bag, yeah. And put it on there. What? Wheatie bag.
Wheatie bag.
Is it? It's not what it's called. A wheatie bag.
Is it called a wheatie bag? I just thought it was called a wheat bag.
I mean, it could be.
Aw,
It could be.
a wheatie bag.
A wheat bag. But yeah, we'll have to do something about those dumbbells because it's not going to get any warmer for the next 2 or 3 months, is it?
No, it's to be fair, it's going back up to about 7 degrees next week.
Okay, that's all right.
That's not too bad.
That's okay then. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah. See you in the next one.
Love you lots. Bye.